I keep getting asked to make this video, and it makes sense why. Okay, in a time where we're all in quarantine and the only form of communication we have with our partner, with the person we're trying to date, is text. So let's go over fundamental mistakes I'm seeing over text with my clients every single day. I'm asking to see how they are texting the person they're dating, and the same mistakes are being made again and again and again. So watch this video. By the end of it, you're going to know exactly how to text them, and you can come thank me later. Okay, you're welcome. Now, first one is kind of like the premise of where I'm coming from, not really how to text. When you are on your grind, you're on your purpose, you have your hobbies and you're busy in your life, you don't need to play games, you don't need to listen to tips on how to text, right? Because you are busy. You have a job, you have your side job, you have your hobbies, you're going to the gym, you have your social life, right? You have so much stuff going on. You already sub-communicate high value to the person you're texting. You already sub-communicate that you are scarce. You already sub-communicate that you're not easy to win over. And you sub-communicate that you're not going to be... And you sub-communicate that you're able to walk away if they take advantage of you. This all naturally happens when you're on your purpose grind and you have lots going on in your life, okay? The problem comes when you're too emotional, right? When you are too emotional and you like a guy, right? Everything goes out the window. The way you text guys you don't like that makes them chase you, you throw out the window, and you suddenly think, oh, I like this guy, so I need to text him in a specific way. I need to show him I care. Unfortunately, that couldn't be further from the truth. You are far too emotional, which is causing you to make the mistakes that I'm about to talk about, okay? You are far too predictable in your pattern of texting. Robert Greene talks about this in his 33 strategies of war and in his art of seduction, right? When there is a pattern in a relationship, people get bored, okay? It's common, it's predictable. It occurs at the same rate it always does. You know, you always send him a good morning text, and then you always send him a good night text, and then you text him at 1 p.m. like, oh, hey, baby, how was your lunch? Like, come on, man. He's sitting at home and he's like, yeah, she's about to text me. Yeah, she's going to text me. Yeah, she's going to text me. But when you don't, that is what gets him thinking. So I'm not telling you to intentionally, well, actually, I am telling you to intentionally do this, right? I'm not going to sit here and act like an angel. I'm teaching you what works. I'm not trying to sit here trying to be some politically correct angel. Go watch Matthew Hussey if you want to see a politically correct angel. What you need to do from time to time is break the pattern. Again, you don't need to do this if you are busy. It will naturally happen. You won't have a pattern because you have lots going on. You text when you can. But if you are bored and you literally have nothing to do and you're sitting there with your 9 cats in your basement, from time to time, break the pattern. If you normally text in the morning and then in the night and then in the afternoon, just break it up, mix it up. So sometimes you do it, sometimes you don't. 1 week you're quiet, 1 week you're full on, right? Do this stuff if you actually don't have a busy life, which is ideally what I would recommend, okay? Next is emojis and ha-has. Cut that out, okay? Or better yet, if you do it, make sure you send the emojis and ha-has, and then from time to time you don't. Let's talk about why. When you send a ha-ha at the end of your text, it's something that's coming from a place of trying to make your text look more fluffy, make it more palatable to the person who's reading it, right? Like, what I mean by is if a guy is texting you and he says, hey, can you meet me tomorrow, and you're actually busy and you like the guy, you'll be like, hey, sorry, I'm really busy tomorrow, I'm really busy today, what about tomorrow, haha. Right, the ha-ha's there as like a way to make the text seem nicer, more fluffy, more dandy, right? You're kind of putting like icing on top of it to make it more well received. But when you don't like a guy, you don't feel the need necessarily to put haha unless you feel awkward. Again, if you feel awkward in a text, you put haha there or an emoji there to make it seem fluffier. You need to stop doing this sometimes, right? As a whole, I personally would recommend you just don't do it, because your texts come across more ambiguous, which gives people more to think about. They're like, the text I got today didn't have an emoji or haha. What is she thinking? You don't want to... The reason you want to send an emoji and haha is because you're scared you're going to come across rude. Your text will come across rude if you don't send an emoji or haha. But that's exactly what you want to do. I'm not saying you want to come across rude, but you want to come across open to interpretation. Right? A guy cannot like you if he is not thinking about you. The more you get him thinking about you, the more he is going to like you. And the more you can get him to think about you is the more that you can be ambiguous ambiguous with your words, ambiguous with your text, ambiguous with your actions. It gives people more to think about. The more they have to think about, the more they invest in you. The more they invest in you, the more they like you, the less likely they are to take advantage of you. Okay, it's literally that simple, right? So either don't send emojis or ha-has ever, or if you do, from time to time, stop doing it, because it gives someone things to think about. Again, if you're on your grind and purpose, naturally you'll be too busy to put a haha or an emoji, or you'll have such high self-esteem you don't feel the need to make the text fluff for you. You'll just say it as it is, right? So again, you'll notice a pattern in everything I say. If you are on your grind and purpose, this stuff comes naturally. Next is your pace. Okay, you need to watch the pace at which you are responding. Okay, if you normally respond instantly, that's fine, you can continue to do that, but from time to time you need to take longer to respond. There is nothing more unattractive than someone who is just there all the time to respond to you. And even that is fine, but you have to mix it up, right? You have to mix it up. Guys, if I'm texting someone, if someone is texting me and I'm constantly, instantly responding to them, it shows I have nothing else to do. What I do now, when I'm texting someone now, I genuinely respond when I can. And when I can respond, sometimes is instantly, sometimes is 6 hours later, 7 hours later, because I got busy with work and I just didn't have time to respond. I was busy doing other things. That naturally happens when you are busy and you have your job, you have your grind, you have your purpose, right? But when you have nothing to do, you will respond instantly. And in those scenarios, I recommend that you sometimes take longer. It lets people think about you, right? Oh, what are they doing? What are they doing today? How are they feeling? When you're just there and you're sending paragraphs and you're sending loads of long text messages, they know what's going on. They're like, oh yeah, so she's in this mood, she's done this today, she's going to do this later. You need to take longer to respond. It makes people think about you. Again, attraction is created from people thinking about you. It is a game of psychology. Next is, guys, this is a very important thing that I think everyone forgets. Texting should only be done as a form of communication, especially as a girl. Most of my clients are girls and I care about your safety, so texting should be done as a form of communication for you to get to know the guy's not a creep, or you get to know he's a potential candidate. But after that, ideally you meet them. Why are you going to just text for your whole relationship? Guys, when you grow up, right, and you have grandkids and stuff, do you want to just remember that the way you met your husband? Oh, that text you sent me on Friday night, or oh, that text you sent me once. No, you want to remember that late night drive we done, right? Oh, that time we went to the beach, or that time you came and met my family and friends and we had the best night ever. Let us not forget. Let us not forget, we live in the 21st century where we should be meeting people. And I think after this quarantine is over, you guys are all going to want to meet people, right? So stop seeing text messaging as the only form of communication with the person you're dating. Actually meet them after you have understood that, yes, they are a safe person to be meeting. You know, they're not going to cause any harm to you and they are a potential candidate. After that, just use text as a way to set up dates. Stay safe.